Rather than use your mental and emotional energy thinking about trying to get your ex back, I want you to think for a little bit of what it would look like to create a life that your ex wouldn't even fit into. What would it be like? What would it look like? Who would you be if you had a lifestyle that where your ex showed up, if she was to show up in your life a year from now, that she would look out of place? Like she wouldn't even fit, and you would look at her, with respect and kindness, but you would obviously be like, you're far beyond that. She's in the past, and you know that you have moved on. I've said in other videos that your attachment to your ex is really just based on familiarity and comfort. It's not that she's the best woman in the whole world, and I'm sure she's great. Respectfully, I'm sure she's great. But she's not the best you can do. She's the best that you could do at that time when you met her 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 6 months ago, whatever. If you ascend and push yourself just a little bit, bro, just a little bit of effort, you could get to the point where you wouldn't even want her back. And wouldn't that feel better? Here's the thing. You can't control whether or not she comes back. She's probably not. But you can control becoming a person who wouldn't want her back. And that's actually even the bigger victory. In the Bible, in the New Testament, Jesus talks about the concept of dying to your old self. And this kind of goes into your ex leaving you because basically you have a version of yourself that you are in a relationship. And that's kind of what you miss. You miss the inside jokes, the cute little routines that you guys had, coming home from work, making dinner together, cuddling on the couch, watching shows or whatever that y'all did together. That is a version of you. That's your old self. When your ex ends the relationship, she tells you she doesn't want to be with you anymore, she doesn't love you anymore, whatever she said, she's not happy anymore. She is deleting that version of you. And that's part of what hurts, is that you miss her, you miss that intimacy, that connection, not just physical, but just like the emotional, and mental closeness and intimacy. And you miss the version of yourself that you got to be in that relationship. I talked about this in another video in the past, is like the relationship has a culture and then you lose out on that. But what you get to do is kind of regenerate into a whole different person. One of the things I like to think about as I go through this process is avatars, and not like the blue space aliens from that movie, but avatars and like male archetypes and male role models that I admire and look up to. And I'm not talking about glazing anybody, but I'm just saying if I look at certain men, usually fictional characters, and there's some men in my real life that I admire certain qualities about, but just for the purpose of this video, so we both know what we're talking about. Let's say that there are certain archetypes of men that you look up to. For me, just picking little things, I really like Daniel Craig's character in James Bond. He's very muscular, he's masculine, he doesn't say much, he's confident, he's super self-assured, he could fight, he could ride motorcycles, he's super athletic, he can do all these things. And so I really like that type of swagger, the James Bond, especially Daniel Craig's character as James Bond. I like some aspects of like the Killmonger character in Black Panther and just some other things. I just got into jiu-jitsu recently, like in the last 2 months, and there was a grappler named Gordon Ryan. And I really like his look. He's just got like bleached hair, this big beard. He's all jacked up and, probably a little sauced up. But these are some male archetypes that I look at and say, okay, I could embody certain characteristics of these guys and bring it into myself. Because right now, I'm just at the beginning of my journey. What I want to make these videos about is kind of how I think about this transformation and also leading and helping y'all go through it as well, if you're on this journey as well. So when I think about it, and in the community tab on this channel, I'll put some like images that I'm talking about. I'm not going to put them in the video. I'll put them in the community post tab. So you just go there and look at it. Guys transformed themselves into these characters. Like Gordon Ryan, this grappler that I'm talking about, he didn't always look. He's got a really cool look. Tattoos, big beard, all this stuff. And when you look at it, you'll see what I'm saying if you don't know who it is. Daniel Craig's character. Daniel Craig wasn't always James Bond. Michael B. Jordan, if you remember him, he was a teenager in like some of these TV shows that were out, in the past 20 years ago. And then he became, this Marvel villain. Think about the male archetypes that appeal to you. It could be anybody. For different people, it's going to be different guys based on who you are and the things that you like. But if you kind of imagine two or three male archetypes that you like, would that guy take your ex-girlfriend seriously? When you think about the person that you could be, because there's nothing stopping you from creating a male archetype in yourself. Like, for example, me, I could get a little bit bigger, more jacked, grow a beard out, frost my hair. I don't like tattoos, but I could potentially get some tattoos if I wanted to, and become a person who wear like what I envision is, even if it never happened, the vibe of me running into my ex in a grocery store or something, and she could take one look at me and see that like I'm out of her league now. And probably, honestly, I feel like that probably could happen now. Like I've actually ascended a little bit since we were last talked. But any ex that I had, I feel like I could run into an ex from 5 years ago and she could see me out somewhere and she would know, oh, like I wouldn't have a chance with him now. And this is what I want for you. Does this make sense? What I'm saying is you don't have to stay the same. In fact, you can't. You can't stay the same, because if your girlfriend left you, that version of you is gone. As long as you try to stay in that place stagnant, you're going to rot. You're actually just dying from the inside out day by day. This is why when you see guys that go through a breakup and it seems like they never get over the breakup, 3 months later, they're still talking about this girl. 6 months later, they're still depressed. It's because they're trying to hold on to that rather than realizing that you're free. She set you free kind of by deleting you, that old version of you. Now you can become whomever you want. Like I'm training jujitsu now. I might buy a different car. I might decide to bulk up a little bit. I decided to bulk up a little bit. I want to just change my whole life around to where my life isn't missing a person. And that's kind of what you have to do too. You basically transform yourself into a person who doesn't miss their ex, because she wouldn't even fit into your life, to where the women that you're around, the places that you're going, the things that you're doing, she would seem weird and out of place if she showed up in your life a year from now. And it doesn't even take a whole year. You could really get the ball rolling on this in like 3 to 6 months. And a year from now, it could all be kind of set in place and building and growing from there. So your assignment basically for the next couple days is think about this. What are some 3 to 5 male archetypes that you really like? And if you want to do me a huge favor, list them down in the comments below. Some male archetypes that you like mine are Daniel Craig, James Bond, Idris Elba, right? I just kind of like that swagger. Like he's a DJ, he trains Muay Thai, he's got that accent, he's just a good looking dude. A lot of women like him. Idris Elba. Some guys like that. Whoever that is that you look up to, it could be celebrities, streamers, guys on Instagram, whatever it is. You just like their swagger, fictional characters from movies. And just think, like, if you could incorporate some of that into your style and your presentation, wouldn't your ex look weird standing next to you? My ex would look weird standing next to Idris Elba, right? If I picture them together, my ex would look out of place, weird. It wouldn't even go together. Her standing next to Daniel Craig, James Bond. And that's what I'm saying. Like, wouldn't your ex kind of look crazy standing next to whoever is some of your male archetypes, a rapper, a celebrity, some kind of rock star? If you bring some of that into your life, it'd be the same way. And it'd be like you wouldn't even miss her anymore, because it wouldn't even fit. It just wouldn't even fit. It wouldn't even make sense. So it's mostly just a mindset issue. Your attachment to your ex is only in your head. I made a video yesterday called Go Find 10 Other Women. And this is the kind of the same concept. Jim Rohn, the motivational speaker, had this quote: set a goal that will make something of you to achieve it. And that's kind of what the Go Get 10 Other Women is kind of like. Basically, if you became a person who had in your mind, okay, I'm going to go get 10 chicks better than my ex-girlfriend, just the process of doing that would take your focus off of her onto, okay, how can you be as attractive as possible? And then you get in the gym a little bit, you get some different clothes, you get a haircut, you start paying attention to like your style and your body language, the way that you speak, the cadence of your voice. Maybe you start, exfoliating and taking care of your skin a little bit better. You get cologne. Honestly, 30 days into this path, if you set a goal to go sleep with 10 other women, 30 days into that, whether you slept with another woman or not yet, you just wouldn't even be worried about it. It would change your focus. And that's kind of the point. All of this is happening in your mind. If you're getting over a rough breakup, a difficult breakup, all of this, you're being tortured within your own mind, replaying these scenarios, missing that girl, missing her, wanting her back. And I get it. It's not that it's wrong to do that. It's just that it's not helpful. It's not helpful. Honestly, I say you give yourself some time maybe to sit there and think about it, write it out on a journal, get all your thoughts out, maybe write a letter to her that you never send, and then just move forward with your life. You probably have, if you're an adult man watching this, you have an ex from maybe high school, college, or early adult years that maybe had you in the same situation, all distraught, crying, sad. And you know for a fact if you ran into that girl today, you wouldn't feel anything. And it's the same way. Once after a while, it's not going to hurt at all. Even to where I'm at right now in my breakup arc, it really doesn't actually hurt that much. I sometimes feel kind of like, oh man, I'm sad I missed that girl. But really, it's kind of, I'm more excited about what is to come because I've been with many attractive women in my life and I will be with many more. I've met like nice girls. It just hasn't been like that same click. You know what I mean? A chick can be like attractive. You can have fun with her, but it wouldn't be, sometimes you miss that like chemistry. The chemistry is not the same. But eventually I will meet somebody that I feel the same way about. So guys, instead of thinking about trying to get your ex back, put that to bed, dead that, that's over. Think about a guy that wouldn't want that ex back. Think about a vision, like just envision who you would be to where you meet that girl and she just would seem out of place in your daily life. The other thing I want to bring up here is that, but most of the time people, not just women, but people in general, don't really improve past a certain point. Usually a lot of people peak in high school. A lot of people peak in their early 20s. It's very rare that you see an adult person like get better, get more fit, get more successful, kind of like improve their lives or totally change their life around in their 30s or 40s like you might be right now. You could run into that girl just by routine fake. If you run into that girl 6 months from now, she's going to be 6 months older, a little bit more worn down, a little bit more tired, probably a little bit heavier, chubbier, because she's not going to work on herself. She's just going to jump on the next dick. And respectfully, that's her right. She can do whatever she wants, but she's probably not going to work on herself. She's going to jump to the next dude and just keep right on going. You are the one that's in pain, that's watching my videos, that's on the internet looking for answers. She's with him. She's getting bent over the kitchen countertop right now. Not even a care in the world. You are the one who can go in the lab and create yourself to be this guy. Think about how good it would feel. All right, I'm going to close on this. I had a girl a few years back. This is probably my only time ever being in the quote unquote friend zone. But I was out of another breakup, a previous breakup. I was kind of feeling sad about myself. I get attached to this woman who really was not really worth the energy. I just was lonely at the time. I was sad, about another girl. I tend to take breakups hard because I feel that I have abandonment issues from childhood. But I remember she kind of rejected me. It was a little period I was in the friend zone, and eventually I was watching AMS videos. I was watching Darius MGTOW videos, and I just was like, okay, fine, I'll leave her alone. So I stopped giving her that free attention. I took that free attention back. I guess I can say that now because the person who used to be on people about it is no longer with us. I took my free attention back. Like a couple days passed, she started blowing up my phone, really blowing up my phone to the point that I had to ask another friend of ours to tell her to stop. I was like, hey, can you get her to stop texting me? This is crazy. And I sent him a screenshot of her just like blowing me up, because I took that free attention away and it started making her tweak. And that felt very satisfying. After I was in the friend zone for maybe like 4 months. It was like a 4-month period that I was kind of trying to get with this girl and she was not having it. I would like go to her house, watch movies, chill on the couch, and she would let me like put my arm around her. She would like let me snuggle up to her, but she would never like kiss me or like, I think we fooled around 1 or 2 times. And so I was just trying to like push it forward, but it never got there. Anyway, so she started blowing me up. That happened. That felt really good. Eventually I got another girl that I was dealing with. And then I ran into the girl that had friend zoned me like at a social event with the woman I was seeing. And she wasn't even really that great, but she was really into me. She was all over me. And I could see that other girl looking at me like, the girl that had friend zoned me, you want to really get in a woman's head. Let her see you with another woman, especially if the other girl is cuter than her. You guys that really want your ex back, just go get a badder chick than her and let her see you with her. She'll call you that. Your ex will call you that night. I have so many examples of this. It's not even funny. But anyway, so she saw me with another girl, and that felt good too because I was like, oh yeah, you curved me. You curved me for like a good 4 or 5 months, but now you see me with somebody else and you looking at me on the side of your eye. Then the final icing on the cake is like, maybe a year after that or later, probably like a year after that, I was working on a house. I used to be a licensed general contractor, long story. And I saw this girl roll by on a bicycle, and she had gained a bunch of weight. She just didn't even look like herself. She was all kind of like chubby, and I don't want to go into it. I don't want to say anything negative, but that was really the icing on the cake. After having somebody like play with me a little bit, take me for granted, use me for free attention, the wind started stacking up, and the final culmination, the last time I ever saw her, was she had gained a bunch of weight. She didn't even see me. I just saw her like roll by on this bicycle. And I just remember thinking, bro, I was like all tripped out over this girl, all sad. And I look at her and look at me. At the time, I was self-employed. I was like in the best shape of my life. I was feeling really good about myself. And listen, God bless her. Everybody's on their own journey through life. Nothing negative against her. I'm just telling you, if you focus on yourself, it sounds cliche, but focus on where you are going, not on the past, and you will reap the benefits and the rewards. All right, guys. I don't know what the title of this video is going to be. Something. I got to come up with something catchy. Let me know what you think it should be in the comment box below. Hit the like button. Share this with a friend of yours who is going through a breakup, and you guys ascend together. If you got a friend that's also kind of like down bad right now in their emotions, you guys can like hold each other accountable in the gym, get your fitness together, you know, maybe meal prep together or go grocery shopping together for like high protein foods, things like that. That's going to be even better. Share this with a friend. Hit the like button. Let me know what you think about this in the comment box below. Tell me what your favorite advice from this video was. I'll see you on the next one.